The Recon CQB I find is just a really perfect all-around gun it can be used as, but it is a perfect one for that CQB type environment. That's why we've named it the Recon CQB. It's that close quarter battle, home defense gun that just really works perfect in a lot of different scenarios. So I'm really feel like we put together just a solid piece here. So today, hey, I'm Dan Kogan with 360 Precision. We're going to be talking about the Recon CQB. This rifle comes in two flavors. It comes in a pistol version as well as an SBR version. So now with the free tax stamps, you can now get this rifle in both flavors. Basically, you're just going to change your stock here on that on the rifle, which will change it from a rifle to a pistol. Right now in this configuration, you're seeing it. This is the pistol version, and I'll show you the stock that would come with it when it gets converted into a rifle, and you have an SBR at that point. So just starting off, kicking off with the rifle. This is, again, the Recon CQB. Basically what we did was we took our 16-inch barrel, we dropped it to a 12.5-inch barrel. So this is the 12.5-inch barrel that we are now using. This is a Criterion barrel. You can see here, it has a different contour. We no longer dimple this barrel when we're in this configuration. It has a thinner profile to save weight. It's a little bit thinner, but we do keep a very heavy contour of the barrel up here where the chamber is. That's going to help with accuracy on this barrel. So again, it's a Criterion barrel. It's chambered in .223 Wild. That allows you to shoot both the .223 caliber as well as the 5.56. So all that really makes a perfect barrel for this application. This is our handguard that goes on the rifle. Again, it's using the same handguard as the Recon, basically just in a shorter configuration. You get all the same features. Basically, you have Picatinny across the top. You have Picatinny up here at the front, on the bottom, and on the other side. So up at the front, you're basically getting Picatinny on all four sides, very similar to what you would see in a quad rail up at the front, where you have Picatinny on all the sides. But what you have is a very, very low profile. So you don't have to go and add accessories that would stack out and make the rifle wider. You can do this with that very low, slim profile. So it makes it very nice on that application as well. You do also have M-lock through the hole on both sides as well as the bottom. That can be used all the way up the front. You can see these holes. These are M-lock compatible as well. We have our standard locking system that we use. You can see here this is our barrel nut that we have. This is machined out of a 2024 aluminum. That's aircraft grade aluminum. The reason that we use this is it's a little bit harder than 6061. And what I'll show you here, what it did when we use our clamp. So basically this clamp gets pushed up into here, and you basically take two jack screws that go into these two holes, and that clamps this together to the barrel as well as to your handguard. So basically what you're going to do then is we then take this screw, which has a brass tip to it. So you can kind of see that there. That brass tip, when we started using it, was deforming the aluminum barrel nut when we were using the 6061. So we went over to 2024 so that we weren't causing any deformation of the barrel nut when we used the brass tip screw. That screw helps pull everything back tight together, so your handguard matches up very nicely with the upper receiver. So basically these two coming together, that's pulling those two together so you get that nice, real seamless fit right there. One of the other things that we do, you can see here in the back of the handguard, we use an anti-rotation pin. So that hole right there has an anti-rotation pin put into it. It's also found on the upper receiver. So that same hole, that pin goes between the two. That prevents any rotation of the, like that, so you can see, so that prevents that from happening. So you're not going to get the handguard twisting on you because of that anti-rotation pin that's in there, as well as the barrel clamp and so forth. All of that is meant to make a very secure connection between the entire rifle, make it very tight, and have all the tolerances meet up very nicely. So that whole system is meant, again, to give you that really high accuracy of the rifle. We've also basically selected the same DLC coated bolt. You can see here. This bolt, again, the bolt itself is made out of 9310 steel, so it's much stronger than the standard when you find the carpenter steel. This is going to be about 7% stronger than what you standard find in most bolts, and that's the carpenter steel. So the 9310, a much better bolt. It's a diamond-like carbon coating that we put on here that is incredibly hard, as well as has a very low friction rate. So it helps when the rifle is dirty, when there's different elements, wet, so forth, get into the rifle. This is going to help make sure that that rifle runs smoothly all the time. So same bolt again as the Recon we use on this rifle, and very high quality bolt. We use the same trigger as the Recon. This is the TriggerTech Duty trigger. You can see here it's got the flat shoe. So that's your trigger right there. It's going to be a flat shoe. It's what we consider a drop-in trigger. So this simply just drops into the trigger pocket. It uses the 2 pins like you would find on a standard trigger, but it also has on the top here 2 anti-walk pins. So basically what that does is you drive those 2 set screws down, that locks and puts more pressure on the trigger component, and allows you to make sure that it stays secure in its place when you're using those anti-walk pins that you can see right there. Really nice trigger. It has a 3.5 pound pull weight. It's a 2-stage trigger. The 2-stage trigger, it goes back and forth. Some people like 1 stage, some people like 2 stage. It is a preference type thing. We selected a 2-stage on this at 3.5 pounds total pull weight. One of the things that we really liked about the trigger was the reset. So you have a very positive reset when shooting this rifle. So pull the trigger, you feel that positive reset, and then you can pull the trigger again for your second and follow-up shots. We have a muzzle brake. So instead of using the standard flash hiders that you find, this is the same again as the Recon. We use a 3-port muzzle brake on the front of here. That's going to give you, again, a very pleasurable shooting experience. It's going to take a lot of that recoil out of the rifle and make it a very, very comfortable rifle to shoot, allowing you, again, to have very consistent follow-up shots when you're using the muzzle brake here. So another really great feature of the rifle. We use a case-hardened takedown pin. So hopefully you can see this on the camera. These takedown pins are case-hardened, number one. I also really like the fact that they have this little groove right around the top here. And what that helps with is when you're taking down the rifle, if you just simply kind of grab into that little groove, it real easily pulls out and then just push it back in. So again, it just makes it super easy to kind of just grab in there and just kind of pull it out when you want to take the rifle down. So very nice and easy to use and user-friendly takedown pins. The entire rifle is ambidextrous, so that starts with here we have our charging handle. So that charging handle is, again, you can pull from either side. It's ambidextrous, right? So you can pull from either side. You can see it release. That's our charging handle that goes into the rifle. You can see it here as well on the rifle here. We also have ambidextrous safety. So you have safety on this side as well as on this side. So you can flip your safety. We have an ambidextrous bolt drop. So you can drop your bolt from the left side, which is what you would find on a standard rifle. That's going to be right here. So this will drop your bolt. But we also have the ability with this rifle that right now you can see the bolt is open. If we reach around and this lever right here, when you press on that, you'll see that's going to drop the bolt. So very easy to drop the bolt. You don't have to remove your hand, your left hand, to strike the drop down. You can simply just reach up with your finger, press on that, and it will chamber the round and drop the bolt. So again, really nice feature having a complete ambidextrous rifle. It does also come, you can see here, this is with forward assist. So you can get the forward assist option, right, which a lot of people like, or you can get what's called the slick side, and that's what you're going to see here. This is slick side, so obviously we've removed the forward assist from this rifle, and either option is really just a preference. If you like more of an aesthetic look and a cleaner look, the slick side. If you're used to the more standard and mil-spec style, then you're going to go with the forward assist style. So that's what you have here. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this is a pistol configuration. So this is your pistol brace stock that you're seeing on the rifle now is configured. You can buy it this way, or you can change that and order it as a SBR version, and that's going to change that off, and you're going to get your standard stock that you find on the Recon. So you do have to go through and get your tax stamp for that, but other than that, you basically have the ability to change the rifle off, get your tax stamp, and now it's going to be treated as an SBR rifle. So this stock can be interchanged with the pistol brace, and then you can make this rifle a full rifle as opposed to a pistol configuration. So overall, We have, there are 3 QD mounts, 2 in the stock here. You get 4 when you're getting the stock configuration. So when you change it over to a stock, you get 4. So if you see here, there's 2 on this one, on that side, and there's 2 on the other side. And then when you have it in the pistol configuration, there's only 1 on each side. The other QD holder is going to be right here towards the back. You can see right here, right? So that's going to be your third QD option on this rifle for attaching any sort of attachment slings and so forth. We also use a little bit different grip. So you can see here, it's just the angle of the grip. So instead of having that more sloped angle that you would see on a lot of standard rifles, this has a slightly more vertical shape to it. Basically, the benefit of that is going to be when you're shooting from a prone position, you want more of that slope. And when you're shooting from a positional position, standing or offhand and so forth, your natural hand is going to want to go to a more vertical grip. So basically, kind of cutting and splitting the difference between the two. This gives you the ability to shoot both laying down prone as well as in a positional, giving you kind of the best of both worlds in one configuration. So again, not really overall, just really well thought out rifle in its entirety. The whole thing is going to be just a complete build, everything that I would want. And if I was building a CQB, and basically that's what we did here, is it was, hey, what would you want on this rifle? What would be the best configuration? What are the best components that you could pick out? And this is what we've delivered. So, you know, again, check out the Recon CQB. It's a phenomenal rifle, whether you're shooting, you know, for home defense, tactical games, any of those things, this is going to be the rifle for you. Check it out.